Well, hello everyone. Myself Sridhar, as you all know. So today I'm going to deal with the SolidWorks CAM operations. So that drilling operations. So how we can do the drilling operations in SolidWorks CAM. So I'm going to showcase some of the few methods and few operations so that I can have a hands-on experience on the CAM, right? Let me just show you the operations which I'm going to operate. As you can see, these are the few operations. There are 4 totally. First one, center drill. So I'm going to drill it up to 2 mm depth. Then I'm going to deal with the drill operation, that is about 81 mm using 10 mm flat, 10 mm diameter with the 180 degree drill tube. Same thing, the counter milling by using 8 mm diameter flat end tool. You can see the depths for these, and the cylinder diameter is 20 for one, and for last operation it is 30 diameter. Well, let's do this thing. Let me just browse software and define this one first. In the operation I need to define this one, that is machine, that is defining machine with mill metric, as well as the post processor is around it's achromatic 2100. Let me just define it, so please concentrate on it. I'm going to define it. So if SolidWorks CAM is not added into your command manager, you just go to your options, and from the add-in you can select CAM. Once you do that, you can access the CAM tools, and then now in this feature manager design tree, can go to this CAM feature manager design tree. Into this you can able to define the machine as well as stock and the coordinate system. Right now I'll just define the machine. There are so many ways to define the machines, so the easiest way is you can just double click on it. Otherwise you can just right click on it and you can select define machine. So I'm going to select mill metric, it's already selected, and in the post processor I'll select the mill achromatic 2100. Once I define it, you need to define the material. So in this I'll just define the bonding box. If you have the extruded sketch, you can use that one. Even if you have the part file, you can select it and you can browse it here to define the stock. So stock, in the sense, you can see the coverage, total coverage of this part with the block. So this block will be your raw material. So by just machining it, we'll get the whatever the required machining operations are there. Okay, so if you want, you can increase the size by using these bonding box offset values. So once you define the stocks, I need to define the coordinate system, so we can do that. After that I need to extract the machinable features. This is the CAM automatic feature that the software will try to extract the features which we need to work on. Let me just show you how it works. So after defining this, you can just define the coordinate system. So by default, let it be like this, user defined. I don't want to change it. So after defining all the things, you can use right click on it and you can select this extract machinable features. You can go with this, otherwise you can use this tools and SolidWorks CAM tools and use extract machinable features. I refer this one, quite easy and shortest way. I'll just select extract machinable features, and you can see there the software has created two part setups. First one is with this side, by just referring this face as a reference, and one more milling part setup from this side, right? So right now I'm going to deal with this one. So here already can see holes which I have created that have been selected, and for these features I need to create the operations. So let me just create the operations. So here I need to create whole machining operations. So that is drilling, counter drill and center drill, these operations, not 2.5 axis operations. And this you'll get all the features like pocket, slot, corner slot, boss, hole. These operations you can define it here. But if you're just dealing with these kind of holes and countersink holes and counterbore holes, you directly need to select milling operations. And here you can see the first operation I'm going to do is I'll just select center drill operation, and I'm going to define the tool, that is 6 mm 90-degree tool. So after that I'm going to define the machining depth and remaining things. Let me just deal with this. To define it I'll just use this tools, otherwise the shortcut way is to just select this one. So if you are using premium version you can directly select it from there, otherwise you need to use this SolidWorks CAM. From here I'll just choose nav from here, whole machining operations. So I'll just use center drill for now, and here I need to define the tool. So let me just check once. It's 6 mm dia 90-degree, so it's here. I can select it. If it is not here you can just go with add name and select it center drill operation and choose it. And here only in the mill part setup one I'm going to define it, not in second one. I'll just select this one and I'll click on OK. Once you define it, the software will browse the operation parameters. Over there you can enter the values, or you can change the tool from here. Tool type, choose it. If you chosen the wrong tool, you can select it by just selecting like this and just select. You can do that. After that you can define the FS type as library. There are operation and tool. Right now I'm going to deal with the library, whatever that I'm having, whatever the library features I'm having. And ANSYS, I'm going to define the clearance plane from top of the stock, and distance let it be 3 mm. You can change it 5, whatever the value you have given. You can refer it. It's for me 3 mm. I choose FS, it is library itself, and type spot drilling he has selected, and 12 1 mm he has given. So we'll do the same. Okay, and then after this in the operation 2 I'm going to select drilling, so not center drill operation, and I'm going to define the machining depth of 81 mm over there. So in the center drill operations you can select spot drilling and well 1, that is done. And the machining depth in the feature options you can define it up to 2 mm, right? Yeah, once that is done you can click on green check and you can right click on it and you can generate the toolpath. Once you generate the toolpath you can have an option to just simulate the toolpath, how exactly it works. You can see over there. I'll just reduce the speed and I'll run this. You can see it has added the center drill of 2 mm like this. So this is the first operation, so I'm going to define the second one. So for that I just need to define the operation as drill, and I need to select this 10 mm dia 180 degree tool. So let me just do that. Okay, then inside this I need to define the clearance plane, that is top of stock of 3 mm. Type is packing here. I'll define that also. So let me just show you how it works. Just a minute, the software takes some time to load up because I'm facing some issues with this. Let me just pause the video for a second. Yeah, it's fucking fine now. So I'm going to define the second operation. You can just right click on it and you can just select whole machining operation, and this time drill. Once you select it, and here you can select the 10 mm 180 degree tool. It's already defined here. I can select this, and in the features I'll just select mill part setup 1. So after that I'll directly go to the machining operation parameters. Over there packing, then dwell is 0. Let me just check. Yes, packing. And then in the feature options the machining depth is 81. I'll define it. Yeah, this is the operation I need to do. So let me just generate the tool path and let me just simulate for our convenience. Let's see, we're done with this. So after defining these two, so next thing is I need to deal with the counter milling to define these portions, this one as well as this one. You can see the diameter is 20 and for this the diameter is 30. Let me just deal with this. Okay, so you can see the parameters over here. For counter milling I'll just choose 8 mm flat end tool. So let me just do that first. I'll just right click on it and I'll go with counter mill. Okay, the tool is 8 mm flat end. It is here. Once you define it, you can directly select the feature where you want to actually operate that. Okay, I'll define this MS hole in the mill path setup 1. So once I define it, I can able to define the parameters here. So depth, before adding the depth I need to define the counters. Here I'll change it to mm from percentage. So depth is 15. So I'll define first cut amount as well as the maximum cut amount as 15 mm itself. And once I define it, and this I'm going to change the depth as 50. It's already 15, and the hole diameter is 20. As you can see, it's 20, right? The machining depth is 15. So first and max cut is 15 I defined. So I need to define this clearance plane. So let me do that. So I'll go to and see here the clearance plane is from top of stock and 3 mm. It's done. So once I do that, I'll just right click on it and I'll just generate the toolpath for this and simulate it. See, this is counter mill. So I'm done with first counter mill. The last step is to deal with last one, this, that is 30 mm counter mill. Depth I can say it's 4 mm. Let me just check. Yes, 4 mm, and same thing. So same tool, 8 mm flattened. I'll just add it. Again, right click on this mill part setup one, select counter mill. Yeah, after defining this fourth operation, so I just need to check total machining time, right? So after defining everything, I need to generate the toolpath for all the operations, and at last I need to check how much time it is taking to deal to machine everything. Yeah, I'll define the feature now, and parameters also I'll define it. So let me make it quick. Here the depth is 4 mm will define machining depth, and parameter is the diameter is about I think 30 mm. Okay, and then it's already defined the first and max cut amount is 50%. So last step is to just generate the tool for this and simulate it. You can see this is the last operation of counter welding, and these all are the just your drilling operations here. You can see, but you can see here this extra portion haven't removed, right? So for that you just need to run all the operations at once. So select this mill part setup one and just try to simulate it. You'll get all the operations. You can see how it works. Okay, so at a time single tool will operate the two operations instead of just changing tool for single operation and then going for next one, right? So this is about it. Now my requirement is whatever the drilling operations I have operated here, so these should be copied, and I just wanted to use these operations to that site. So for that, what I need to do, I need to generate the operation plan. It's already generated here, and you need to save it as a strategy. And for that side, to define the operations, you need to select the strategy, that is whatever the operations you have created, and you just need to paste it over there. Let me show you how it works. Go to this SolidWorks CAM feature tree, and this feature is selected, and right click on it and select this option, save operation plan. Once you select it, you can able to rename it. Let me just name it. Okay, let's save this, and now okay, it's already generated. Let me just create this operation. You can see it's already added here. And now this one I just need to copy for this. So what to do for that? So just double click on this feature. In the strategy, you just select whatever the strategy you have saved it and just define it. Once you do that, you create the operation plan for this, and again you create toolpath. That's all. You can see the operations, whatever you have saved it will be just copied and add it here. So this is about simple drilling operations. I hope this video might help you to work on the drilling operations. So thank you for watching, guys. Please do support and subscribe our channel. Thank you all. Bye everyone.